You're listening to Country Music Junkies, hosted by Patrice Whiffen. This week on Country Music Junkies, I am so pleased to be chatting with our good friend, Canadian country music singer-songwriter Scotty Kipfer.
Hi!
Thank you so much for taking some of my time today. I really appreciate it. I know we're going to talk about the album, Taking My Time, and the title track to that album is your second single, which was just released today.
So stoked about it. We played on Global Morning this morning and just had a great time. You know, it's really cool to have this song out. This is the song that, for me, was the one that kind of laser-focused everything for me. Like, I didn't quite know who I was going to be as an artist until we wrote this song. And then it was like, well, that makes sense. So then it was just a matter of heading the rest of the record. So to finally have this song out is very exciting for me.
Now, for those who haven't heard the song yet, it is kind of fitting that we're at a golf course. And why is that the case?
Well, there's a lyric in the second verse that says, I like golf, chasing my balls way back where the green grass grows.
Sounds like my golf game, too.
Yeah, right? And it's, you know, to me, like, fishing and golf are sort of similar in that you don't have to be good at it to really enjoy it, you know? And so just chasing your balls around the fairway, or the rough in my case, can be really a lot of fun. You don't have to be a great golfer to enjoy it. You know, I'm not a scratch golfer, I'm a hack. but I do love to golf, and I love to fish, and that's reflected on my album. So I think probably the next time we meet, we'll probably do an interview on a boat or something with a couple of fishing rods.
Hey,
because
I'm okay with that.
That's totally a thing. But and actually, Waiting in the Water is a song on the record that will be a single eventually as well. So maybe we should do something like that.
I'm excited for this. This is so cool. Now, we talked about your first single, Falling Like the Rain. This is now your second single. Very different vibe.
Totally. Yeah. I feel like Falling Like the Rain was the introduction to me. You know, it was... I didn't want to go out of the gate with all this quirky, goofy stuff. You know, I feel like you sort of had to ease into that. And so Falling Like the Rain was just, you know, it was a pop song. And so now we're starting to get into the more country stuff, showing a little bit more personality. And this is where I really enjoy the songwriting aspect. It's, you know, it's quirky, it's cheeky, you know, it's just it's fun, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. And we just, you know, it's just a fun song.
So. Now, both singles that you've released so far have a bit of an element of a love story to them.
Yep.
What are some of the other stories that you're telling off the record?
Oh gosh, there's a lot. There's a song called "I'm Here for You" that's just that. You know, I'm here for you. If you need anything, just pick up the phone. Like, I've been there, right? Like, sometimes it's all we need is somebody to talk to. So I think there's something powerful about telling someone that you are there for them. And so during the process of sort of finding myself as a writer and recording the album, there were a few people that had come to me and said, man, I'm really struggling with whatever it was, you know, and for me to be able to say, here, just listen to this song, because it's true. Like, I'm here. Like, if you need to talk to me, like, I'm here. And I think, you know, for somebody to say that to someone else in song form, and if my song can be a vehicle for that, I think that's pretty cool. So that's one of them. There's a song called Sunday Morning After that is, it's pretty heavy. I mean, it's a story about a guy who works at a bank. He's the night janitor, and he is forced into a situation where he feels like his only option is to rob the bank in order to pay for his son's medical treatment. And so it's something that we don't have to deal with in Canada, thankfully. But, you know, with universal healthcare being an issue in the U.S., you know, it's important that we discuss this kind of stuff.
Right.
And, you know, the song wasn't written to be a political statement. But it's an interesting story, you know, and I think if we consider the human aspect of a lack of universal health care in a country like America, you know, there's something cool about that.
Now, Scotty, you're very active on social media, and for anyone that follows you, they will have seen a lot of photos of a pig named Peter Porker.
Peter Porker! Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
So I did my radio tour for Falling Like the Rain, and I hopped in my 2006 Volkswagen Beetle, and I drove from coast to coast and back again, and it was the experience of a lifetime. And I finished my tour on a Wednesday in Edmonton, and I had a sound check. I had a gig on the following Friday, so I had 47 hours to do a 37-hour drive back to Ontario, which was pretty intense.
No rest for the wicked.
No,
for sure.
no. So off I go, and you know, at that point you just got to haul ass. So I drove straight through to Winnipeg, pulled over, had a 45-minute nap. Woke up, funny enough, to a police officer knocking on my window.
Oh no!
But it was the perfect wake-up call, because at that point I'm wide awake. So I got back on the road, got as far as Uppsala, Ontario, which is about 2 hours northwest of Thunder Bay.
Okay.
And at this point, I hadn't really slept in a couple of days. So I looked off to my right, and I thought I was hallucinating. There was this little pig staring at me from the side of the road. I thought, well, okay, one of two things has to happen. Either I need to figure out if I'm hallucinating, or I need to deal with this pig who's on the side of the road. So thankfully, I was not hallucinating. Pulled over. There was this little pig on the side of the road. He had fallen off a livestock truck, so he was pretty banged up. So I cleaned him up as best I could with what I had, and wrapped him up in my hoodie, put him on my passenger seat, and off we went. So I posted a little picture of him on socials, and people just, they love him.
Of
so
course.
within a couple of days, it was pretty obvious that I had to do something really cool with him, and I wound up putting him on my album cover. So.
And he's absolutely adorable. You can actually follow his own social media account as well as Scotty Kipfer's. Now, if fans want to connect with you, where's the best place for them to go? Check out the record, social media,
Instagram, Facebook, everything is at Scotty Kipfer. Super simple, Kipfer. Peter Porker Piggy is on Instagram, and he's got his own thing going on. He's going to have more followers than me pretty soon. He's kind of a rock star, but he's growing so fast. He's already doubled in size, so it's pretty wild. But yeah, ScottyKipfer.com is the website. You can find the music on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, you name it, it's there. If you're still a CD person, you can grab a copy on my website.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Scotty. Always
My pleasure.
a pleasure. We'll let you get back to golfing.
Let's hit some balls.
When you pour the wine, and I love a little up on you. Girl, it's fine letting hours go by, doing anything that you want to do. My buddies say whenever they want to get together, they call, but I'm hard to find. But I don't mind leaving it all behind, 'cause I love that you